What do you think about Brunello 2015?
I could say that 2015 is very interesting vintage, not so easy to drink right now, but I could say it's most ready vintage during last maybe 5 vintages. I'm trying Brunello di Montalcino for 10 or 12 years, and the previous so good, so ready, so nice and lovely vintage was 2010. And 2015 for me is very, very fruity, very smooth and very silky vintage right now, even on Anteprima, on the Premier fair. And it is makes our big hope that this vintage will develop nicely and gives us very, very nice and even great wines. So I think it's one of the best vintages during during this century.
15, I think, is a good year, and mostly wine I tasted. I am not tasted all of the wines. I tasted 1/3 of the 2015 Brunello di Montalcino. Quite good. And tannin is soft, and then acidity is round. So it's a quite good vintage. When you say also the selezione, vigna, also is quite good. To say the perfume is very clear and distinctive. It's both very good vintage.
Well, overall, I would say the impression is quite favorable. It's I think you can split the wines in, let's say, 2 categories. You know, those made in a very accessible, fruity, elegant style, and those with, let's say, more extraction, sometimes a little too much. But overall, I would say there's a fair amount of wine that shows elegance and typicity from what Brunello can be. So it's been a while that I've been in Montalcino. It's been 10 years, and let's say I'm very positively surprised. So good wines, delicious wines.
We like the 2015 very much. We think it's very, very young because it's a great annata, and the wines are in the first stadium of being tested, but you can see which potential is in it, and some of them are really great at this time, and they will go on being great for a long time. So 15 is a good year.
Actually, we got a selection of the beautiful wines today. I think the 2015 will be considered finally as a great vintage, as was, for example, 2010. I've tasted a lot of great wines. Of course, there are parts of the Brunello which are slightly better than the others. I completely like the south of the Montalcino side today, but there are also very elegant wines from other parts. So for me, the tasting is very pleasant. And of course, there are some wines I've already considered as the best of the Montalcino every year, and those guys made a great job even today. But there are a lot of new or not so known producers which made a great wines due to the great vintage. So I think there's a plenty of wines to choose from this vintage.